Hello and welcome to the BRE BRE Podcast, where we talk about whatever I want to talk about. It's your girl Bree, and welcome to 2023, New Year, New Bree. We have the first guest of the new year, Jesus the comedian. You may have known him from, HBO Max. Ever heard of it? Or like all the other podcasts with men as the hosts. I'm so excited for this episode, and please enjoy, y'all. Pew, 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 pew.
Very rinky-dink operation.
No,
Welcome
you're fine.
to the BRE
Yeah.
Podcast.
Thank you. The BRE BRE?
Yeah,
Is
BRE
that what
BRE.
you said? BRE BRE. All right, cool. What's with the name? Why'd you come up with BRE BRE?
I am Bree, right? And when I was thinking of my podcast, I was like, what do I want to talk about? And I was like, why don't I just name it the BRE BRE Podcast so I can talk about whatever I want to talk about? You get it?
Look at you.
It's a little bit
Yes.
deep. It's a bit of a thinker.
I got you. Nice. Yes, I got you. It's a nice character piece you got there.
Oh, yeah. I'm just so I try to work on my Harry Potter accent every once in a while. That's why I have my Harry Potter glasses. But anyways, welcome to the podcast. Would you like to introduce yourself, sir?
Yeah, I'm Jesus Sepulveda, the comedian Jesus Sepulveda. There's plenty of us. This is the comedian Jesus Sepulveda. Yes.
Watch there be another guy, but he does landscaping or something. And it's like you mess up his
that's
Google.
hilarious.
You mess up his Google.
Yeah, I know,
algorithm.
right? It's Google search.
Damn it.
Yo, you know what's funny? When in middle school, I remember this kid that came in, and he had the same first name and last name, Jesus Sepulveda, which was rare. I was like, who would be named Jesus Sepulveda? And he was literally Jesus Sepulveda, and I was the troublemaker, and he was like the good kid. So
Oh, so you guys always got mixed up.
yeah, he always got in trouble for me, and I was like, oh, my bad, dog. I got him in trouble a lot. But,
yeah, I'd be pissed if I was him. Like, dang, I worked so hard, and this fool always mess it up for me. All teachers look at me funny.
Yeah, for sure.
That's so funny.
For sure, which was great for me.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I see how that behooves you. So I have all my guests talk about their zodiac signs. So do you know your birth chart? You want me to look it up real quick?
Sagittarius? I'm December. Oh, you
I
can go
think
double
that is
check, fact check
I'm
on
a-
my
I will immediately fast check. Do you know your rising sign and your moon sign and all that?
rising. I don't know nothing like that. I don't know my rising sign, my half moon, I don't know nothing.
Well, you don't know anything? I thought you had a girlfriend because I was
just-
doing some light research,
live my
aka
life.
stalking you, and I was like, oh, you must
nice.
know that immediately of your rising sign. Okay, so I'll explain it to you right quick because I'm not an astrologer. I don't know the science of it, quote unquote, the science, right? But whenever the stars were, you know how the moon every day, every night's a different face? Got that?
Right.
So when you're born, that exact place and location and time, they take basically a screenshot of that night sky, and whatever the planets are in alignment, that dictates or suggests certain parts of your personality, right? So that's why people say, oh, I'm a Libra, but I'm a Scorpio rising. That means I am very friendly, but I'm also a little bit of a bitch. Do you know what I mean? That explains it. Yeah. So let's just look it up real quick.
That's some very brujeria shit right there, and I like it.
I think it is.
I like it.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll censor it out, but what's your birthday again? December. What time were you born?
How would I know that? My birthday?
Yeah, or your mom
I don't
just
say
not
it.
know?
I don't know.
All right, it might not be that accurate, but we'll just put unknown time. And then what's your social? I'm just kidding.
Hey, wait, I was gonna say
It's 50. No, what city were you
50.
born?
Yeah, I was born in East LA, in East LA.
Okay, so according to this information you're giving me, you are a Sagittarius sun, like you said, and your moon is in Cancer, and we don't know your rising sign because you don't know what time you were born, because that changes every 2 hours, hence why we need to know what time.
What does that mean?
From my brief understanding of it is basically your sun sign is your core personality, right? Your moon sign is your emotionals. And then your rising sign is how you project yourself into the world. Given your career path, I'm going to guess you're probably a Leo rising or some sort of other fire sign rising. That's just going to be my educated guess since we don't know. You can look that up later on your own time, but...
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that later, but that explains a lot. I probably got a full moon or something because I'm super emotional.
Well, that
No.
Cancer and Moon. So Cancer, its planet or quote unquote planet is Moon.
Technically.
I have my
Technically
glasses
being-
on, so I have
yeah.
to be more intelligent.
No, that helps for sure.
It's basically it is. Let me look down to the long and short end of it. Okay. You are likable and sociable, very sensitive to the environmental conditions and surroundings. You like home, habits, comfort, and your little world, very caring and protective of loved ones.
Yes.
And then a probable is too sensitive. Do you think you're too sensitive?
Oh, hell yeah, I'm too sensitive. Yes. If you don't laugh at my joke, I get really bothered. Like, why didn't you laugh? Every time I get off stage, I always tell people, was it okay? Was it good? Was it good? It's like, I'm getting the reaction from the people, like, but I still want my loved ones to tell me it was good. That's why I'm always like, you think it was fine? Because I could care less what people say on the internet. But if it's like my family saying I did bad, it would bother me.
Yeah. Do you know what your parents were? Okay, we're quick. What were your parents' zodiac signs? 'Cause I'm going to explain a lot about you.
I know my dad's January and my mom is March.
A Capricorn probably and a Aries. So Capricorns are very like stubborn people. They care a lot about money. They're very practical. They're an
That's
earth
my
sign
dad.
realist. Yeah, there you go. And then Aries is a fire sign. So you're also a fire sign, but Sagittarius is like the chillest out of the fire signs. Like they're still fire, but they're not like
Yeah.
But Aries are like crazy. Like Mariah. No,
And
Mariah Carey's an Aries. So there you go.
there's an Aries in my family.
Yeah, if she's in March. Or what part? Early part or the later part?
I want to say the middle,
She might be a Pisces.
the Pisces.
Pisces is like Rihanna, very personable, but a little bit mysterious. They're not so like crazy, so outlandish per se. What do you think she leans more into?
I think that's her. Because she's very calm to herself and she's not really loud and
Oh, she might
does
be
not
Pisces
like
then.
attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure she's Pisces.
Yeah.
Wow, you made me learn a lot. You made me learn more than my therapist would ever fucking teach me. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Oh my gosh, for free. I know.
Yeah,
I should be charging right now.
I know,
But
real.
so I wanted to say the story of how we met because like I only have a very few people on this podcast that I haven't really had a relationship before. I knew before, like I know Curly, I know Yvette. So we can talk about like a random ass party that we connected through.
Oh yeah,
And I
no
got
shit.
tagged
Yeah,
along.
the freaking. Yeah. Oh really? You were in a personally invited. You just tagged along.
Oh hell yeah! No, I'm a professional entourage.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. That's how it's always fun that way. But yeah, it was the Me Too 10th year party. And I want to say that's because I keep saying the 100th year. And I'm like, I wait 100th year. But
No,
it's the
yeah, I don't think
10th
they had
year.
the internet is 100 years old. I don't think. At this
Yeah,
point.
exactly. That's why I was like, I thought about it. And I was like, but I kept saying the 100th year. I'm just so used to like, I don't know. It just seemed like it was 100. Anyways, but it was the 10th year party for Me Too. And it was fun. We had a good time. And I got introduced to you. And then we were just talking. And then for sure, I was like, yeah, I love to do your podcast. And then now we're here talking about my moon and my sun and my freaking fire and my mom and dad. And I'm going to cry soon.
Yeah, oh my goodness. So I just know cool people. I'm just like a really cool girl or whatever. And I was a little bit nervous for this podcast because, again, I said I was like stalking / researching you. And I was like, I forgot how hetero straight guys talk. Like, I'm so used to being in such female spaces. Shit. I was like, oh, no.
Oh, really? I'm very female. So you're in the right place. I am very female. All right. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, I had a lot of friends that were like girls and stuff. So I'm not very serious or something. I don't know. I don't take things too seriously. I'm very playful. I joke around. Like if you're joking, like the thing about me is like, I know when people are joking, even if like they joke a little hard and sarcastically, it's a joke. And I'm always going to laugh at jokes. Like I'm never going to take myself too seriously.
Yeah.
Even when people
it's like you almost do that as a profession. It's almost like you do that professionally, is take jokes and stuff.
Right, professional, but it's just, no, who would have thought? Be a comedian.
I know you wouldn't think this about me, but I'm like really chill and like, I love jokes.
I'm kick back. I don't know if you know that about me, but I love jokes. Yeah. Yeah, so.
Yes.
So, yeah, man,
nervous.
you should be relaxed.
Oh, yeah, I'm relaxed. Now that I know that you're a Cancer moon, I feel a lot better. But yeah, again, I'm not good at math. Because in my stockings, it was like something like in grammar school. And I'm like, wait, how old are you? When do they call school grammar school? What the hell was that about? So how old are you?
Who was it that?
There was an article or some little post about you. It was like, he was always making jokes in grammar school. And I'm like, Did someone old write that, or do you just moisturize?
Someone old definitely wrote that, because yeah, I would have never known what grammar school was. I'm like, grammar school? I still don't even know how to talk. I don't know what's going on. So I would have never got that. I would never wrote that. So I don't know who wrote that, but I did make fun of people. I was always cracking jokes since I was a kid. So it's just all my life. How about you? What made you get started in podcast world?
I was on the Instagram story. In 2016, I moved back to California, right, from going to college in Virginia. And I wanted to get involved in, because I'm a graphic designer. I want to get involved in Latinx media. Bada bing, bada boom. I ended up like working with, shout out Belladonna LA. And then I don't know if you ever heard of Shop Latinx, but I was like their graphic designer running up for it. And through that process, they needed some content. So I was like, you know what, let me do some listicles, which is an article. And by article, it's a lot of, you put one little sentence and a Giphy. So it's not really writing per se. And then I started on Instagram story, just talking like all the shit in the world, because I never know when to shut the hell up. So I was like, you know what, let me just start doing podcasts, because it's just like an hour long of me just talking to myself. And that's what got me started on that. And I do listen to podcasts because I just feel like I have friends around. So I thought I'd do that for other people.
Oh, that's cool. No, yeah, I mean, that's exactly why people get in. You're just like, especially if you're a person that can talk around people, like are very talkative, like podcast is the world for you.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Goal is to be like a rich asshole. That is really my goal.
Really? Yeah. Yeah, you got the asshole part, but you just need the rich.
I need that money part. Yeah, I'm like this close. I mean, if Jake
you're just
Paul,
now a jerk, you know.
Yeah, if Jake Paul and all them can do it, like all these white boys, why can't I do it? Like, I want to do like tours and colonize stuff. Like, what the hell? Come on, you guys. Yeah,
come on, dude. I'm gonna give us some freaking land. You know what I mean? Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I do trip out how people are like jerks on the internet, but then they blow up, and it's like, how? What's going on? So people are, I guess, are loving that. Yeah.
Yeah, people love the bad guys. So, you know, anti-hero, Deadpool, you know what I'm saying?
No, trust me, I know. Especially girls. Girls love the bad guys. Talk about my ex-girlfriend anyways. But yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Speaking of that, so I was like watching one of your other podcasts.
I knew you were going to jump into that.
It's on the outline. You were prepared. What is the deal with, I think you were saying on the IE and Friends podcast about girls liking chubby guys?
Yeah. So, I just was saying that. Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead what you're going to say. You know what I'm going to ask is like why they got an attitude. Not that you're the ambassador of Fluffetta guys. I'm not calling you Fluffetta. I'm saying you claim them.
Listen, this is what I'm saying. All right, this is what I'm saying. I've noticed that nowadays, when I was growing up, girls were into the six-pack, the buff guy who wasn't really bright, but he can just like, as long as he looks hot, it's fine. Like, I've always lost girls to those guys. Mm-hmm. And now it seems like girls are just into the witty kids that like the witty kids and either they don't have muscle or they're just like these chubby dudes that just have a great personality. And I'm like, yo, these chubby dudes are just killing it right now. And when you go to a club and you see a hot chick, she's 90% of the time they're like with these like chubby guys that really aren't out here like that. They still gonna cheat, but I'm just saying they're in love with the chubby guy. But they gonna cheat on the chubby guy, but they love the chubby guy. That's what they always run back to. That's their comfort zone.
Wait, are you saying the women are cheating or the men are cheating?
The women are cheating now. Now it's flipped. Now it's flipped. Girls are out here on the prowl. Let me tell you something, sweetie. I'm at these comedy clubs. I see their dates, and I'm like, wait a minute. Miss, aren't you married? But it's one of those things where girls are out here. Like, I think the world has been flipped. Girls are now doing the whole, I'm just going to live my best life. Mm-hmm. And they're just out here just doing that. I've been seeing a lot of guys lately on their phones trying to check in with their girl. She's not answering me. And I'm like, who? They out here.
You know a lot of loyal guys then, right? You're saying that's more normal?
Yeah, that's way more normal now. Now when I meet these guys, they're like super like loyal to their girls. I guess that's like, when I was growing up, we were just like very not that. We were just living our best life. We had thought that we put ourselves first. And all them fucking Beyonce songs, see, they finally caught on to these girls and they say, you know what, fuck that. I'm going to do what I want to do. So
maybe that's what you're bringing to you, because I feel like in my experience and a lot of women, I've seen a lot of dudes that like have asshole personality, a snaggle tooth, and a bald head. Now that's wrong with that, but I'm just saying, and they'll still cheat on their girl who looks beautiful and makes money. So I'm like, is it maybe your bubble that are just loyal? Where are they?
But when it comes to those dudes are like cheating on the girl who makes money and this and that, it's just that they're not cheating because they want to. It's a personal thing. Like they're feeling less than. Probably it is the money thing. Probably it is to them. It's like them cheating is a way of getting a little bit of power. They're just like, you know what? Like, yeah, she makes more money, but I'm still the man because I just did some man shit. Like I want to go cheat. It's stupid, but that's how a lot of them think. And especially if you're like 30 and under, if that's what's going on, then he's definitely thinking like that. But once a guy hits like 30 and up, like they're not really trying to be out here cheating. It's more, man, I'd rather fix what's going on here, you know?
Yeah, let me settle down because I'm going to die soon.
Pretty much. It's just like, nah, man, you can't fuck the same way. Can I cuss?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can say whatever you want. This is free.
Okay.
You can curse.
But that's what I'm saying. At 30 and up, it's like you don't fuck the same. You get tired. You want to have a conversation after. In your 20s, you're just pumping and going. You're like, all right, I'm out. Peace. Like,
yeah.
You know, you're putting in rounds. And you're 30, you're not out here. Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. In your 20s, dude. Throwing rounds.
Yeah, just turned 29, and the dating scene in the IE, oh my God, it's horrific. It is horrific.
Horrific, right?
Horrific.
Oh, horrific. Yeah.
No, not horrific.
Really?
I wish it was horrific. No, these dudes on here, there's two types of guys on the apps, let me tell you. There's a guy who has obsessed with Disneyland. He's one thing you're going to find about me. I'm going to be at Disneyland or Star Wars, and I love Marvel, and I'll take you to Disneyland, which I'm like, I shouldn't be so uppity because that's a free ticket to Disneyland for me. Those are expensive. Like, I need to stop being so uppity about that. But there's that.
Okay.
And then you'll see the second type of dude in the IE is he'll have a picture of a baby. And I'm talking about a fresh baby. And Bill Kapoor still chatted. Me and my girl, our open relationship, just had a kid, single father. And I'm like, and it's a baby. It's a newborn, fresh out the womb. And you're on Tinder, you're on Hinge. I feel like that's a little too soon.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That is way too soon. Damn. That is,
how you're swiping from the hospital, dude. Take care of your baby. Like,
got you. How you going on dates when you got the baby on a full nap and you got the monitor on the date?
Yeah,
so
no. If you can still smell the coochie off the baby. You should not be.
Damn. Yeah. He still got the slime on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The baby goo.
Yeah. Wipe your baby, bro.
Okay, so my experience, I'll tell you a story. Like, I was like 25 or something like that. I met this girl, and I met her, but she was very hesitant when I was like trying to spit game and stuff. And she was very hesitant of talking to me. And then I finally got her to open up a little bit more, with the help of Jack Daniels. Anyway, she opened up more. She felt more free to talk. And then she told me she just had a baby. And I remember going, oh, okay. And I'm like, she's like, I have a baby. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I don't care. And then I find out it's like a baby, like it just got here. Like,
oh my God!
Shit, what we're talking about.
It was still hanging out.
Shit.
Oh my God!
Baby. Like, that's in string, yes. And I remember just thinking, oh, like that is. I never dated someone who just like. Let me tell you something. This is how fresh she was. Like like a week ago, she just got her staples removed. That's how
from the C-section.
You know what I'm saying?
Or from
the
whole
birth. From whatever it was. Yeah. So she just said, oh, I just got. So I'm like. Okay, so she's now being able to be out here, like, fully. So I'm telling you, fresh. So I'm like, damn, this is some crazy shit. So that was weird. Your boy still went through for it. I'm like, you know what?
My God.
It's for the story. I'm going through. I'm doing it for the story.
All right, yeah, just for the story, yeah.
One day I'm going to be on the BRE podcast, and I'm just going, this is for that experience. So that was wild. I mean, just knowing that it's like, oh, she just had a baby. But then her boyfriend had like a situation, which was a crazy story in itself. That would just take up half of the podcast. So I don't know.
Oh, good Lord. Oh, wow. Okay. Maybe next episode, maybe next cameo appearance. Sure. Oh, good Lord. Sure. So my beef with chubby guys, not that, okay, I will put a disclaimer. Not all men are the same because men are a lot more sensitive about this than women. So I'll just say it like to all these alpha male podcasters.
Yeah, sensitive as.
Yeah, is that fat guys now, I don't know if it's because the dad bod is more accepted, they have the biggest attitudes in the world. And
God,
what is that? What do you have to say?
I'm like,
No,
what?
no, most of the time not.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah.
no, you're okay. Yeah.
Listen,
Okay.
I see the soul that's
have
inside. I
attitude.
don't care. But they have attitude. Like, for example, if you're out, I'm with my girls, whatever, and they're trying to talk to the hot guy in the group because you have the group of girls, group of guys, right? And usually, like, the other people are just there awkwardly. And I'm like, all right, let me just try to have a conversation so my friend can talk to the main hot guy. And the fat guys are like beneath you. If you don't look cute, they're like you. I'm like, you could put your fumpa is the same size as my fumpa. Why? I'm not trying to get with you, sir. But now they have a lot of attitude.
Now they're very like, yeah, bougie and shit. I know what you're saying.
Extreme.
That's your beef with these guys? That's your beef? Yeah,
Friends,
right though.
like, just be nice, bro. And then you know what? And you know what pisses me off? And since you're here, you're gonna take a blame for your gender. Is I hate the stereotype. I hate the stereotype that it's, the fat friend is the one that cock blocking for us. And I'm like, sir, that's not how anything's going on. First of all, probably had a plan. She probably gave me the code to get your creepy self away from you. And also, maybe you should blame your fat friend for not being friends with me, and then we could all be friends together. What was it? We could be friends, have friends all the weekends, hotel, motel, holiday.
Yeah, all that.
Everything.
See, here's my beef. All right, now it's time to you listen up. My beef. My beef is, why would your friends, all right, put you in a situation where you have to look like the cock block? If I was that friend, I would just be like, yeah, say no. Be a woman and say no. Grow up. Say no. You don't need somebody else to be like, we gotta go. She's coming with the no. Say no. Don't. That's your responsibility. I'm not gonna be the friend that's gonna be out here, because then it makes you look bad. It makes everybody judge you, and it's for what? She's just throwing you under the bus. Yeah. Like, you literally are talked about in the group. Oh, that her friend's a cock. And then you're like saying what you're saying right now. You're like, no, that's not the case. She gave me the sign, but we don't see that. You just look like that. If I was in a situation like that, I would just tell my friend, like, no, dude, go tell him you're not feeling them.
Yeah. I think also, do men not realize it's also like a safety thing? I don't want, some guys get really violent, so that's a safety thing. But also, too, it's like a lot of, yeah. You don't know that?
Oh, I guess I didn't know that. I didn't know people get violent. Like,
oh, yeah, people get really violent.
They just don't like to be turned down.
No, you hear the stories all the time of girls like not saying hi to a guy to a couple men, and then he like throws acid in their face or like freaking punches them. Dude, people get crazy. Like, you don't know how people are gonna get. So it's a safety thing.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
You want to dance? No.
Yeah.
I said dance with me. That's crazy. That's wild. I've never seen that. So that's why I can't be like, oh, you're right. I've never seen that. But
yeah, it's more of a safety
if
thing.
you're
but
speaking.
Yeah. No, I was just saying, like, also, too, I think a lot of it, the problem is the cock blocker. The real cock blocker of the group is the dude's fat friend who now, because of dad bods, thinks he's the shit and should be talking to Kylie Jenners of the world instead of taking one for the team, bro. They're the real ones.
Team, bro.
Yeah.
Taking one for the team, bro. Yeah, I don't know. As you said, I can see how they think like that, because they feel like they're being judged. Like, oh, you think just because we're the same body, we're going to just date?
Or just be friends. Like,
but you're right. They
should
humble themselves.
Yeah, humble yourself. I'm trying to humble. I'm humble. I'm so humble, dude.
Yeah, man. If I was those chubby guys, man, just fucking, hey, you want to split some nachos? Let's do it.
That's the attitude.
Embrace your shit. I mean, embrace your shit. But,
oh, yeah, I'm going to quote you on that for sure.
Quote me on that?
Yeah, I'm like, okay, to every minute, it's like, you need to embrace it and just split some food, dude.
Some fucking nachos, dude, and shut up and just talk about your favorite snacks, and that's it, dude. What's the fucking problem? I know who I look like. I know what I am.
Exactly.
But,
exactly. So you were born in East LA, correct? That's what you said. Okay, and did you grow up in East LA, or where did you apparently grow up?
Not at all.
Tell me.
I think we went to, I was born in East LA, but then we were like, I think it was Clover City. My dad was saying that I was raised there for a year, and then from there I moved to Arizona, and then Mexico for a couple of years, like 2 years, and then I came back to Arizona, and I grew up in Arizona for the majority of it. And that's where I was. Yeah, that's where I was at, in Tucson, Arizona. But yeah, I don't remember LA like at all. I don't even remember living in Mexico.
So you don't claim it like that, or?
Oh no, I don't claim anything, just because, like, to me, that's that was cool. Like when I was younger, But I'm from Arizona. That's like my hometown. That's where I feel like that's home for me. But LA is like my second home, just because I know every little streets. I know every little. I know this town now. I've been around everywhere. I lived literally in every little city. So when I was like couch surfing when I first moved out here. So yeah, I love LA for sure.
What are the vibes in Arizona? Because I really don't know much about like the vibes compared to California.
It's hot, all right, which is the obvious, but it's fucking hot. I didn't realize how hot it was until I like go there for the summer just to visit my family. Like, whoa, I don't know how I could have lived here. It was like so hot.
Because it's legitimately a desert, the whole place, right? Everything's a desert?
Yeah, everything's a desert, but I like the desert landscape. I like it. It's just, I don't know, just to me, it's weird. It's like, it's desert, but it's neat. Does that make sense? It's very pleasing? Chill. Exactly. It's not chaotic. It's not like, let's say you go to, let's say like North Carolina, or there's just a bunch of grass everywhere. And it's
looks
like jungle. Right there, it's just like nice colored rocks, and then like cacti here and there, saguaro cactus, and it looks like it's very like minimal, but it's clean. Very clean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's what you think in your mind of a desert, like all those looking critters.
Yeah, all those critters are there growing up. But I think people were very like, in Arizona, I think they're very like down to earth. They're very like to themselves. They got a very like country type of energy vibe of just like, if you respect me, I respect you. If you work hard, we respect that. And that's how I felt growing up. When people said like, oh, like, there's racism out there. I didn't really feel that. I just felt like people were like, if you don't explain who you are, they're going to just make assumptions in your head. But if you like were to clear it up right away, then people won't have anything to judge you off of. They're like, oh, okay, I know what you mean. Or in the same way, if you work hard, they'll respect you for the way you are. Like, oh, this guy's really out here trying to work. And I've seen like white people and Mexican people like become friends because in construction sites, they see how hard we're working. We see how hard they're working, and they become friends.
Yeah. So you grew up around primarily Latino people, or was it also Anglo people, or what was your surrounding peoples?
It was Latino where I grew up at in my neighborhood. All Latino. Latinos listening to black music. They're listening to rap. They're listening to, and we were just inspired by like the black culture, BET. So it was weird. Like if you were to like, if we were to have a time machine, we'll go back, you would see us, you would think that we were all like black, just the way we talked, the way we acted, the way we dressed, and we're embracing like the black culture, like heavy. Just because I think that their music really resonated with us, how we were living. So we like really adapt to that, and we felt like they were speaking for us in a way. And then I went to my middle school. My middle school, I got to go to it was like a weird school, like it was like up in the mountains, and it was split with white people and Mexican people, and then you got some black people in there too. And it was just like a culture shock because I got to meet like these white kids who listened to Nirvana, who listened to rock. And I was introduced to a different world. You know what it was like? I got introduced to a more, not sensitive, but it was more like, for example, like in my elementary school, it felt like we weren't deserved anything. I was like, oh, we don't deserve this, or we don't.
Like a scarcity mindset. You guys just be grateful for whatever you have.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I'm like, we don't deserve to go on field trips. We didn't think we deserved that. So when we did, it was like, oh, that's cool. And we went to middle school, it's more like, nah, you do deserve this. You deserve this. You deserve that. We had that type of attitude. Like they treated us like that. It's just like, oh, like you guys, like for example, the lunches, like over there in my middle schools, only this grade can get this lunch, or this grade can get that lunch. And it just felt very, you can't do this. You can't just go and get juice if you want. If we got juice and we went back, I'd be like, only one juice per time, because we were at a very poor elementary school. And then we went to this rich side, and they were like, yeah, get as much as you want. And we're like, what? So we were just taking advantage of all of that. It felt it was different. We learned, I learned a lot about, I don't know. I just learned a lot about myself during middle school. So, yeah.
So they were more the highfalutin Anglo people than the way you're describing
exactly. Oh yeah, for sure. Like we wouldn't have to pay for like jerseys if we were at sports.
Like someone's dad would just sponsor it or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was that, and then they'll bring like, the dad will bring donuts for everybody, or the teachers will come and bring donuts for everybody because they got it like that. Or they were so cool. I remember one time, like, I lost my lunch money, right? And then my teacher just gave me $20 so I can buy my lunch for the rest of the week. Like nothing. She's like, And to me, it was like for someone to give $20 to, and especially in my household, it was like $20 was like a lot.
Yeah.
So that's kind of explain.
Yeah, no, I definitely get you. So from that like formative time, like what transitioned you into like comedy? Like how did that work out for you?
Because the way I've always been like a funny kid, I always had like funny comedic timing. I actually have like videos of me like when I was a kid, like recording myself doing like sketches and stuff. Because I would watch Mad TV. I would try to mimic my version of sketches. We did like a remake of Cops, me and my little brothers and sisters. We try to run around the backyard with the camera moving all around, very Blair Witch Project-ish. And I always had that. And then in middle school, I met a teacher who told me you should join drama. And then I joined drama. And I really
you were a
enjoyed that.
theater kid.
Yeah.
Exposed.
Yeah.
Exposed.
Yeah. Exposed.
I got you.
Yeah.
Nerd. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I got you, you fuck. Yeah, no, yeah, I was a theater kid for sure. And then I remember I went on, like, everybody was telling me, you should be a comic, you should be a comedian, you should be a comedian. And I always thought about being a comedian. Mm-hmm. And then I just, like, Googled one day how to. And then from there, it was like, rest is history. I went to go with my open mic. And then I took off. Started doing comedy after that.
So after you were a certified theater kid, were you an actor or you were a techie? Because that's difference.
I know.
An
actor. I was an actor. I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to do faces. I wanted to do characters. I wanted to do acting. I wanted to be on camera. I wanted to be movie star actor. Actor was the goal.
Mm-hmm.
And then comedy was like a way to express myself. And that's when it changed. That's when I was like, oh, like, I don't have to hold these thoughts in and these, like, the way I see the world. Like, I can go and get the attention I'm seeking that I'm not getting from home or from a girlfriend or whatever. Like, I had control of everything, the attention, the way I expressed myself, my feelings and everything. That art form to me was like a savior in a way. Cause I was like, oh, this is exactly everything I want is in this thing called stand-up. Everything I want is there, you know?
Yeah. So you transition from being a nerd to being a cooler nerd. And so did you immediately like, all right, I'm just going to go to LA and just figure it out. What did you actually do? What were the steps so people don't have to Google no more? What did you do?
The steps was like, I freaking go to an open mic and sign up and just fucking put yourself out there and just give it a try. Like that's the way to be a comic. It's simple as that. Go to an open mic, try it out. If you don't get the laughs that you're looking for, then it's not for you. Then if you go out there and you feel like, oh, that was too much, it was too chaotic and it worried you, then it's not for you. But the people who are meant to be comics, like you're going to go up there, you're going to bomb, you're going to do whatever, and it doesn't affect you and you like the feeling, then it's for you. This is going to be your journey. But I'll tell you this, if you're going to think about doing stand-up comedy, like you need to be okay with giving up like 10 years of your life and not receiving any money and not receiving big shows or anything like that. So if you're okay with that and you want to, then go for stand-up comedy. Other than that, it's a rough game. It's definitely a rough game.
Sounds really rough. And like now you're like a professional comedian, you would say. How long have you been clinically depressed then?
Since birth, girl. Since my half moon and rising star and those things. I've been depressed since then.
Yeah, I find I enjoy comedy. What a generic saying. I enjoy to laugh.
Yeah, I know, right?
But you always find that comedians are like the saddest fucking people and super depressed. So I find that really fascinating.
That's true.
Just instead of you cry, you like make a joke about it and make a lot of money. All right. So now we're going to the future. You have your HBO special. I know you talk about it a lot, but like you deserve to talk a lot about it. What was like the process of getting that? And like, how does it feel now that you have like that under your belt? Like, it's pretty crazy.
I know. Now I'm starting to like really embrace it and be like, oh yeah, it is pretty fucking crazy. But
it's wild.
Yeah. No, it is wild. Like when I didn't even see it fully until like recently. I saw it like fully. Oh shit. So that was pretty cool to see. I would say the process was I met Edwin and like he's the one that's like the producer of it all. So he's the one that saw me and he had his eye on me for a while and he would tell me like, yo, we're just waiting for the right time for you. We're waiting, you know, all right, people are always selling you a dream here in LA. Mm-hmm. All right, cool, whatever. And then during quarantine, he called me. He said, I remember the first month of the pandemic. He called me. He's like, I don't know what's going on with the world, but we want to offer you the half-hour special. I was like, cool, which was a bittersweet moment because it was like, that's cool, but how is this going to work out with no audience? I need a crowd. And that's going to suck if I have my first special, like, with no crowd. So then we try to figure out what happened. Things started opening up. And then he finally said, all right, man, next year for sure, we're going to do it like in August or November. And then we did it and we filmed it. And it was, and you know, me, like, the way I grew up very, like, a lot of things don't work out my way. So I'm always like, I'm used to just being very negative Nancy, as my girlfriend says. You're such a negative Nancy. Because I'm always like, oh, it's not going to work out. Oh, they're probably going to not like it. They're probably going to call me and say they couldn't do it. So that was always in my head. I was like, until I see it on HBO, then I'll believe it. So I would always be like, I don't know. We'll see. So when it was on, I actually felt like a relief. Like, okay, it's on. We're good. And it just feels cool to like accomplish like a dream that felt impossible when I started. If you would have told me I was 15 years old starting out, that I was going to get a special, I wouldn't believe it. I'll be like, damn, that's crazy. Because I would think, yeah, that's for other people. That's not for me. We always look at these things as like, why would I get it? This is not meant for me. It's meant for other people. But
why not you? It could be anybody.
Yeah, that's the thing is you got to think like that. You got to think like, why not me? Fuck it. It's going to be me. Force yourself to be you if it's not you. Or make a lane for yourself so it can be. That's just the mentality you need to have when it comes to this. Like I said before, it takes 10 years to do this, like, but if you're someone that's hearing this and you want to be a comic and you're just like, nah, fuck that. I'll make it like in 2 years and 3 years. If you have that grind, you can make it happen.
Yeah.
It all depends on how you hustle, how you grind.
Yeah, exactly. So when you filmed it, you filmed it on the East Coast, right? Or where was it filmed?
Yeah.
Were you nervous about that?
York.
Do you have, because humor is subjective, and I feel like that it's a skill in itself to be universally like funny. But I guess I see you as more as West Coast people would understand it. But I don't know about New York. Were you nervous about that, or how did you feel like when they told you the location?
Yeah, I was not happy with the fact that we're going to go film it in New York, just because like I've never been in New York.
Oh, really? That was your first time?
First time ever, and I don't like to travel like on airplanes for that long. Like I get like anxiety. I could do more, like 2 hours is like the most I could do. After that, I'm wigging out. I need to walk. I can't be sitting down. Like physically, I can't. I get too jittery, and I need to stretch my legs. So that was the only thing I was like, fuck. But that, and then the fact that I'd never been to New York, it was new to me. The crowds I heard that were tougher there. So all of that was like eating me up. I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel like in my own skin. But when I went there, I did struggle for the first couple of shows, and then I got like my groove, and then I went back, and then we filmed it on Thursday, and then that's the special you guys got to see.
No, that's really amazing. They really threw you a curveball with that one.
Yeah, and then I was telling him like, yo, dude, let's just do it in LA and this and that. And then he told me like, yo, that's what everybody expects you to do in LA. Why don't you show them you can do it anywhere?
Yeah,
like,
and you did it.
Are you just and exactly. So that felt good too. I was like, oh, you know what? I can do it anywhere. And that's what made me open my eyes more of, I can do it anywhere. Like, just, put myself out there more.
Yeah, no, those fools over there are really, they're different over there. My dad's family, they're all from New York, and it's just like, it's a different vibe and situation entirely.
It is, but I understand it now. At first, I didn't really understand it. I do understand it now. Like, people in New York are more willing to tell you what they're thinking and be more straightforward and be more real. They're more real. Like, they're more honest. In LA, they'll give you a version of what they want you to think. In LA, they'll tell you like, oh, this girl, oh my God, you're so pretty. Oh my God, you're so lovely. In New York, they're just going to be like, girl, you need to get your shit together, girl. They'll be more honest.
Yeah.
And I like that about New York when I was out there. I like the fact, even the comics, the way that they talk to me, like, hey, don't do that, man. You're going to make yourself look nervous, or don't do this, or don't do that. And I'm like, honest. In LA, they're just like, yo, good shit, man. You killed. Just, they lie.
I think also, too, it's like a difference in LA, and maybe because of the media space, that like when people talk about like the fakeness of LA, a lot of it, it's like being in the media in LA is different than just living here. Two different worlds, I believe. And I feel like New York, again, I don't know, because I've only been to New York for a few times and I haven't really been in a work capacity, that maybe like the media space in New York is still that same kind of there. And also it's a time efficiency thing, right? It's like, we don't have time to all these pleasantries. We have things to do. We can talk all day. But maybe that's what it is. But I have a question, because this happens to me all the time, and I'm just like a back end lady. I know all like the hair ladies and all the whatever ladies. Constantly, people warn me about the Illuminati. It's every time I go somewhere, oh, don't worry, like they're gonna do something, whatever. And I'm like, at this point, can I get an invite to the party? Because they sound kind of fun.
Yeah.
So can you talk about how many warnings, and if you're in the Illuminati yet, or like what's up?
No, I'm not in no Illuminati yet. Not yet. No, just kidding. No, I don't even know if that's, I don't know. It was funny when I first went out here, I was like trying to wonder if that's like a thing or that's like if that's real or whatever. But the more I see it, I'm just like, nah, I just think that's just, I think that's just for people who like make this seem like it's so impossible that there's got to be another excuse. And they make up this Illuminati. But I can see, I'll tell you this, like I can see versions of what they think Illuminati is and what it really is. And I'm like, oh, that's just, you're just adding
on drugs
a word to
or
this.
like
Yeah, no, I think it's just a bunch of rich people just controlling a situation.
Yeah.
That's just it. It's just rich people controlling shit. And then people just giving them a name like, oh, that's like a rich club. It's like Illuminati. It's called politics. It's called fucking the government. Like that. Yeah. But you just calling it Illuminati to make it sound more like mysterious. And it's like, yeah, but that's just that. That's people with power. That's all it is. Illuminati is anybody with power. That's all. That's what Illuminati is. To me, that's how I see it. So
okay. So no one directly has told you like, hey, watch out. They're going to try to do this weird goat party and just say no. Because I've been told, I know the details.
I haven't run into anything like that. The only weird thing I ever ran into, the only weird thing that I was like, wow, it's like some Illuminati shit right here, was I remember I met this girl. She was like a go-go dancer or whatever. Mm-hmm. And this one I was like in the comedy scene, like really hitting it hard, like going to open mics. And I met this girl at this event. And then I tried talking to her, but she wouldn't let me. She was just like, no. You know, she's just being very standoffish. And then I was a little sleazeball and just followed her a little bit because she's heard her say she was going to go to this one club. And I was like, okay, cool. So then I went to the club without her telling her I was going to go. Yeah, I just want to go.
A little creeper. Okay.
It's a little creeper vibe. Yeah. So I showed up. I'm trying to like work my way back in it with her and just kind of like talk to her. And then she went down like a basement. And I remember I went down there to go try to talk to her and stuff. But it was like a club that's like downstairs basement. There's a club going. And then there's an upstairs. But when I went downstairs to the basement, there was nobody there. It was dark. And I was like, okay, fuck. I think that's when I started thinking like maybe she went down there to go change her bottle service or something. So I just was going to go back up. And then I saw her in the corner talking to like a group of guys in suits all in a circle. And then she was like kissing their hand. Like she just started kissing all their hands. And they're just like all talking to her like that. And that was very Illuminati-ish. And I remember going, that was weird. So then I went upstairs and then I saw her. And I remember she just said this thing that was like very eerie to me till this day. I remember I told her like, hey, what were you doing down there? What did you see? And I was like, I just saw you with some guys kissing. Don't bring this back up. Some people are just extremely evil in the world. And I walked away, which was like, what? And that was the only thing that felt very like Illuminati vibes and just weird. And I left and I remember, yeah, girl, yes.
That
exactly.
Is Illuminati. That was it. Oh my God.
And I remember just leaving going, what was that about? That was weird.
What an ominous message. There's just some very evil people in the world and they're kissing their hands. Like, dude.
Yeah, she remember she was just like, I remember telling her, she's like, no, that's not what you saw. Or don't tell anybody you saw that. And then she just pulled me to the side and said, there's some very people in this world.
Oh my God, let me knock on wood for you, because what if this is like the exposure one? Oh my God. After BRE BRE Podcast, he was never seen again. Oh no.
Yeah, shit,
oh my God.
Yeah. Nah, but that was weird. I was like, that was weird. What the fuck was that about? But then I was thinking like, maybe that was her pimp or something. You never know. Like, you know, these fucking industry people be fucking, or these politicians be like hiring these hookers to go fuck these politicians and shit. It's probably one of those things.
Maybe. Yeah. I'm like, would a pimp do that? I'm like, wait, how would I know what a pimps do?
Right. What would I know about the pimp world?
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. Like, no.
Yeah, that was weird. Again,
I was kind of like, very sketchy. But what makes it weird, the ritualistic part of it, it's like they're kissing their hands and like all dark and like in the basement.
And that was kind of weird. And I remember just when she told me, she's like, yeah, there's some evil people in the world. I remember just going, damn, are we still going to fuck?
No, oh my God.
Okay, yeah. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, that was weird. But that was the only thing. Other than that, I haven't run into anything crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They're coming for you, girl. You asking way too many questions. They're coming for you.
I know. I'm for sure gonna be like a target whistleblower, obviously.
Whistleblower. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. 1,000%. Because I'm like, this was weird, you guys. Or I don't know if there's really Illuminati. I think there is like a public Latino Illuminati because it's like the council. It's Eva Longoria and freaking George Lopez and like America Ferrera, and they're like on the council. And then if they approve you, then you can do whatever. You know what I mean? You're gonna get like a show or something. I'm not saying that there is a council, but I'm just saying if there were a council, wouldn't they be on it?
Yeah. I know, maybe the leader should be like Bad Bunny because that motherfucker is a cult leader.
He's the music division.
Dude, that guy is like controlling the world right now. But then, like a Jay-Z song, he talks about how like he got so famous and so big that now people can't understand that, so they say that he's an Illuminati. So that's what I'm trying to say. Is like the people just get into this level like where they're so big that there's no way for you to accept the fact that he worked hard, and they make an excuse like, oh, he's an Illuminati. It's like, I think that's how I see it. When I hear things like that, it's just like, bro, it's just people that are working very hard and putting themselves in a position of power, and that people can't seem to like accept that someone can do that, so they have to force something else. It has to be something else. It can't just be the fact that he worked his ass off. Gotta be Illuminati.
And they probably just can't act normal anymore. Once you get to that level, you're just not a normal human. I don't think humans are meant to have that much attention on them at that point. So
which is okay, but that's what I'm saying. I'm already weird. You know what I'm saying? If you're weird, like you're like, you know what I mean? People could say that about you. Oh, she's fucking weird. It's gotta be because she's an Illuminati you're like, no, I've always been a weird person. The only difference is that I have a lot of attention. Mm-hmm. Anything I do, people are gonna be judging and criticizing. Like, that's all that is.
Yeah.
I just think that we're all just fucking weird. I do a lot of weird things that if I know TMC would have caught it, they would have been like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. So you like, are you ready? Like, I'm just gonna.
Am I ready?
Are you ready? Do you have all your skeletons out of your closet? Or you have anything to confess right now?
Hell no. I got a bunch of shit. I got a bunch of shit in there that I'm like that I will get in trouble for. That's why I'm like, when they come for me, they're gonna find a bunch of shit. I'm not a perfect person. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I got a lot of problems. I got a lot of shit that I'm sorting out, but I'm trying to be a better person every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're talking about my past, they will find a bunch of shit because I'm not a perfect person. Just like I'm guaranteed you, if we go to your past, we'll find something that you did that was wild.
Yeah.
And it can just be blown out of proportion.
Yeah.
But I'm not worried about it. I really am not. I'm just kind of like, if they try to hit me on something like, oh, you said this, I'm like, yeah, because I was dumb at that time.
To be fair, it's all material for you. So I guess, listen, I don't want to say it because it's going to be material for the next special.
Pretty much. Yeah, I know. Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah.
So what's next for you?
Right now, I'm trying to pitch for a TV show. So that's focus right now. Yeah. And I got a couple of dates of comedy shows that are going to be out. I have a tour that's going to start like in January and then go on for maybe till spring. And then take a break and then hit it back up on fall.
All right. Where can people find you? Where can they find these like tour tickets? Like, where do you want the people to find you?
So I'm strictly just on social media. Like I'm on Instagram. Just like using Instagram as like my main push. So it's Jesus the Comedian, and just click on the link on my bio, and then you'll be able to see ticket links and all my other shows. And also, you'll be able to look at my upcoming dates when I post my stories and stuff. I always give people like a heads up. But yeah, you got to come out, girl. You got to come out to the show. Let me know. I'm going to be in Ontario. For sure. That's close to you. In Ontario.
Yeah, I'll represent the IE for now.
Yeah.
I'm not from here, but like I just live here now. I like it. I'm an IE girl now. Like I like it here actually.
Yeah, if you want to come to the show in Ontario, let me know. Got you.
Yes, well, I'll definitely be there. Thank you for coming on again. I'll make sure everyone check out your link. Are you on TikTok too, or just IG?
Yes, I'm on TikTok, but I don't know what my name is on TikTok. Just type in my name. I don't even it's Jesus Comedian. That's what I am on TikTok.
Minus the
Jesus Comedian. Yeah. There you go. Cool.
All right.
Thank you again to Jesus the Comedian. Everyone, please go check out his Instagram. Go support him. He's on tour this month as I'm releasing the episode in January. It's been your girl, BRE BRE. Bye.